I didn't really understand the Kabbalion until I fell asleep to it one night. Accidentally, I put on an audiobook. I don't even remember where I was. I think I was with my fiance, and I fell asleep at her place. And I woke up and I had just an epiphany. I just started looking up different things, connecting the dots on so many things. And then you'll notice when your concept of self shifts or when your understanding shifts, all of a sudden, things that did not come up in your algorithm start to show up. Things that you did not understand or you ignored before start to make sense. And that's what happened to me with the Kabbalion. I tried to read that book maybe 5, 6 months ago. It just sounded like, I wouldn't say rubbish because it wasn't rubbish. It just sounded like it was just too over my head. I didn't get it, and I didn't understand why I needed to get it. But now I do. And that's the wonderful part about consciousness is that something that has no value today can be the most valuable thing you've ever held in your hand that you ever read tomorrow. Simply because a shift in your state of being, a shift in your understanding while you're sleeping. I did an episode just about sleeping not too long ago with a follow-up audio and how sleep is very underrated. And I recommend go back and listen to that episode, but I recommend that you listen to books while you're sleeping because your subconscious will absorb that information and things that did not make sense will make sense. So utilize sleep, abuse it. A lot of y'all sleep a lot. Like a lot of y'all sleep a lot. That's a bit of a double whammy right there. But so many of y'all love sleeping. So take advantage of it. Start downloading information while you're sleeping. Download this book. The wonderful thing about the Kabbalion is that it was written before Neville Goddard was born. And it was making its rounds during the time of Florence Scovel Shinn. The book was originally written in 1908, I believe, by the three initiates, and they were anonymous authors. One of them has been identified, apparently, but that doesn't really matter. I did question why they were anonymous, and I just think that in a time where we live in a Judeo-Christian America, especially back in the early 1900s, the early 20th century, people weren't that tolerant if you were going against anything that was not the Roman Catholic Church or was not Protestant Christianity. So over time, you had to hide knowledge and symbolism. If you go back and look at the paintings of Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo, all of the symbolism is there. It has above, so below. A lot of Leonardo da Vinci's paintings, people are pointing up. Or in one of his famous paintings, people are pointing up, saying that consciousness is up. Heaven is in the head, as above, so below. Symbolism. Symbolism is very important. But when it comes down to the Kabbalion, these teachings were not just simple symbolism. They were just writings that were translated and passed down from Hermes Trismegistus, a very admired figure from antiquity. Some accounts say he lived for hundreds of years, but you never know with these things. You never know. Is it possible? Who knows? But I like to let my imagination run wild with that. But part of me thinks that it could have been a person where their work exceeded their lifetime. So therefore they seem like they may have been alive. Or it could have been a title for multiple people, you know? Kind of like, we got Black Captain America right now. The Falcon took over for Captain America. So he's Captain America, but he's a different person. So maybe that was that. Maybe this person was like, okay, I'm taking over the identity. The original Hermes passed this knowledge down to me, and now I'm taking on the identity and I'm passing this title down through the generations. Could just be that. That could be like the practical application of it. But I like to think that this person figured out some stuff and had some technology back then that we have yet to rediscover and actually live 300 years. But that's just something I like to play around with. But when I'm reading this, I'm like, wait a minute, this is what Neville's talking about. Neville basically made a condensed version of the Kybalion. Instead of saying the law of mentalism, which says that there is one consciousness, he said your imagination is God. Instead of saying law of correspondence, that as the creator creates with their imagination, you create with your imagination, he turns around and says the same thing. Your imagination is God, and that you're creating from your imagination and you're creating your own reality. When the three initiates get into the principle of rhythm, that is simply you are going to have ups and downs in life no matter what you do. So you persist. That's why I never said persist, because the rhythm is unavoidable. So you have to persist through it and maintain your state of being. What's one of my favorite ones? The law of vibration, the principle of vibration, better yet. I love that one because that one explains so much to me. But basically, birds of a feather flock together. Mental diet. You have to be around people that inspire you to be better, that are already the place you want to be or going there with you. You have to stay away from negative influence. You have to stay away from people that are bringing down your manifestations, not allowing you to dwell in the state of the wish fulfill, not allowing you to maintain the proper frequency, the proper vibration in order to be a vibrational match to what you seek. Now, just because Neville didn't mention vibration doesn't mean it doesn't exist. A lot of people give Esther Hicks a hard time, Abraham Hicks a hard time. Oh, it doesn't make sense. Just because you don't understand doesn't mean it don't make sense. Come back to it. Manifest a few things in, stick to it, mental diet, persistence. For the love of God, get off of social media and then go on and manifest your thing in and then go back and connect the dots and tell me Abraham Hicks ain't right. Just because you don't understand, it doesn't mean she's wrong. I first came across Abraham just like everybody else, and I was like, I don't understand his vortex. I don't understand his vibrational match stuff. But after I manifested some things in, I'm like, I get it. Experience is the best teacher. So The Kybalion is a wonderful book. It's actually not that many pages. I think you could probably read it in a few hours, maybe like 2 or 3 hours. I think it's like under 150 pages, at least the version I have. Pick it up, read it, go back, listen to my episode, listen to my analogies, listen to my metaphors, and just apply these things. Y'all test it. Don't be afraid. Test this stuff out. You might fail, but then you'll have data as to why, and then you do it again. You keep doing it until you get it. There's nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. So that episode is doing quite well. I'm looking at the numbers right now. I didn't expect for it to do that well. Every time I upload a video, I pretty much am sure it's every time I upload a video, I think it's gonna go viral. But the ones that actually do are quite surprising. I thought that because I have been categorized as a Neville channel, which I've spoke about Neville a lot, but I've never considered myself a Neville Goddard channel because I speak about all of the creators. Go back and look at my early videos. I spoke about Florence Scovel Shinn. I spoke about Joseph Murphy, had some quotes of his in there. I spoke about Dr. Bruce Lipton, Dr. Tara Swart. I talk about a lot of creators, but it was Neville's teachings that really tapped into me and helped me transform my life. But I talk about lots of creators. And this video was a flagship to say, hey, this is not a Neville Goddard channel. This is not a law of assumption channel. This is a consciousness channel. It is your consciousness that's manifesting, not the law of assumption. The law of assumption is no different from the law of attraction. It's just a remixed version. So if you don't get that, you'll get this, but you're still abiding by the same rules. It's the same thing, y'all. People get so mad. I don't do that law of attraction bullshit. I see it now. I swear I saw a comment today. I don't do law of assumption bullshit. Don't. These laws are just to help you as cliff notes, as just like notes you take to a test to help you pass the test. Oh, that's what that is. Okay, cool. Now I can get what I want because I'm allowing myself to have it. That's what the purpose of these laws for. It's supposed to help you. It's not supposed to hinder you. So don't look at consciousness as this is creation through consciousness. This is creation through my imagination. This isn't a law. I love to say the law, but for this episode, let's remove that just for a few minutes. Sustain your let's take off the limiter right quick. Think about it like that. Think about that this is just conscious creation. This isn't a law of anything. This isn't, well, this YouTuber said this YouTuber said that. To suspend all of that for a second and just say, hey, this is consciousness. There are rules to it. There is an agenda to this. There are rules to it. But I can bend those rules. I can't break them, but I can bend them. And that's all you need, folks. You don't need to break the rule. You don't need to create these rules that say you don't have limiting beliefs, or to think about limiting beliefs is a limiting belief, or I don't have to work on my self-concept, that's a limiting belief, or I am God and nobody can have free will in my reality and everybody's puppet. You don't have to come up with these weird scenarios just to manifest happiness, just to manifest joy, just to break the rules. You're not going to break the rules. The rules are unbreakable. So instead of focusing so much time on breaking them or trying to be the outlier, learn to bend them. Go back and look at the original Matrix movie. Neo didn't break the spoon. He bended the spoon, which meant he bended his reality. You are neither here nor there. Thank you for your time.